Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Welcome and good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. I am your tsundere streamer who doesn't stream. Got a bit impatient, I wanted to hop back into Umineko. Proper. How is everyone doing today? Hope all of you have all the hugs and headpads you could ever want or need. Damn it, I clicked the wrong button. I wanted to click load, but apparently Damn it. Oh well. System. Load. Here we go. That works. Seriously, how is it that you know so much? Well... It's about time I stopped finding that odd. I'm sure you'll just start speaking in riddles again. Leon was the successor and lived in the head household. That made conversations with Kenzo an everyday occurrence. Because of this, Leon must have been used to chatting with people who were moody or hard to follow. With the understanding that getting stuck on the details would be nothing but a waste of time, the conversation naturally fell into a pattern as though Leon and this unknown man Will were longtime friends. Everyone knows Beatrice, and yet no one knows her. Kenzo's the only one who's ever met her. The head seems to be particularly cranky today. I'll introduce you to him when the chance presents itself, so I'll ask that you develop an appropriately discreet attitude, Will-san. That was quick. I thought you'd resist a bit more than that. I'm used to speaking with the family head. I've learned to accept most unreasonable situations and just go with the flow. Bernkastel had set up a barrier, cutting off the chapel from the rest of the world. To destroy that, they would have to find out who killed Beatrice. For Leon, who had already experienced many of Kenzo's rantings, understanding this much was more than enough. You guys know there's a new dot hack game coming out in 2027? You guys remember dot hack Infection of the PS2 or the anime dot hack sign? The Ushiromiya family members were relaxing here and there around the waiting room. A light buffet-style meal had been set up, but it was a bit stale and not particularly appealing. Even so, those voracious kids seemed to find it intensely interesting. The cousins had set up camp around it, with Maria at the center. The adult siblings had also formed a group in a different corner. Perhaps because of Kenzo's absence, everyone seemed to be a little more relaxed. Leon? Where did you go? And who is that? Mother. I was entertaining this guest of ours. Will, this is my mother Natsui. No introductions needed. Just tell me what you have to say. Huh? Did you say something? No, he said nothing. This is Will-san. It seems he knew the deceased. With a smile, Leon casually smoothed over Will's words. He wants to know more about Beatrice. Do you know anything about her mother? Leon, the departed is an individual to whom the head owed a great debt. Nothing more, nothing less. This funeral is a ceremony for the head to repay his benefactor for all he received while that person still lived. That is what I have been told, and there is nothing more to it than that. Thanks, Mother. Will, that's all my mother knows. Natsui was eager to deny the scandal about Beatrice being Kinzo's mistress. However, she also had enough sense to realize that the scandal was probably true. Picking up that Natsui was in a bad mood and didn't want to talk about this anymore, Leon brought an end to that conversation before Will could say something rude again. Will, this chapel belongs to the family, so you're telling me to follow the family's rules? Speak in a manner appropriate for a guest of the family. Let me be the medium for all of your conversations. I ask that you follow those 2 rules. I'll work on that. The mess with Berncastel, which, or whatever, has dragged us into is a real pain. Because of that, I'm willing to help you. But we're equal partners in this job, and you'd best not forget that. And here I thought you were just some well-bred rich boy. Seems you can speak up after all. I must be prepared to shoulder the Ushiromiya family's future after all. Got it. Let's solve this crime together, Watson. I'm glad I can help. I wouldn't want to keep your dear cat, Diana, waiting. Won't she need to be fed soon? I gave her extra food today, so she should be good for a while. I'm surprised you realized Diana was a cat. I figured it'd be just a bit too eccentric for her to be a human woman who scratches at sofas when you keep her waiting. Humph. So, who will you talk to first? Anyone? Everyone? There's those ones over there are the Krause's siblings, right? From right to left, there was Aunt Ava, Uncle Hideyoshi. From over there is Uncle Rudolph and Aunt Kyrie. I still think she looks like Ivy from Soul Calibur, the fighting game. I also think she looks like Sare the VTuber and like... Why am I struggling to remember that name? Kaoru. Kaoru from Evangelion. And over there is Ushiromiya Rosa. When she was a girl, she once got lost in the forest and bumped into a woman calling herself Beatrice in a hidden mansion. I know I shouldn't be surprised anymore, but you really do know everything, don't you? So, you know about that story too. I managed to overhear her saying that today. It looked as though it was bothering her, so I pretended not to hear. Real model student you are. Introduce me. I want to ask about it. You're asking this of the model student who pretended not to hear because it just might be a painful topic? Even this outrageous arrogance is nothing compared to Kinzo. After muttering this several times mentally, Leon shrugged and nodded at will. Oh, it's our successor, Sama. And who is this? Oh, Aunt Ava, this is Will's son. He came to offer flowers for the departed. But who cares about that? Tell me everything you know about. He says that he wants to know what sort of relationship the Ushiromiya family had with the deceased. Leon spoke with a bright smile after pinching Will's butt. Will silently protested as though saying, I saw that coming, but damn that hurt. But Leon just played dumb and smiled at Ava like a model student. Well, even if you say relationship with the Ushiromiya family, it probably makes more sense to say her relationship with father. No need to beat around the bush. She was father's mistress. If you call her that, Natsuine-san will yell at you again. He's indebted to her, right? Giggle. Yep, that's right. Waha. Ha. Well, there you have it. I have no interest in anyone but Rosa. I do believe that you said you met Beatrice, Aunt Rosa. Sad face. Ellipses. This whole time Rosa had been hanging her head. Leon's words made her shoulders quiver. She just suddenly came out with it today. It's a bit hard to believe. It's the truth. I killed Beatrice. Perfect. Our work here is finished. Don't get ahead of yourself. Rosa broke down crying and laid her head down on the table. Kairi and Hideyoshi tried to console her. Rokkenjima is covered by a dense forest. We only know about one tiny portion of it, just the mansion, the rose garden, and the little path that leads to the harbor. For years, there's been stories about how Dad built a hidden mansion somewhere in the vast forest that no one knows about, and that he had a mistress living there. Rosa-san probably stumbled upon the hidden mansion by chance. However, what does this have to do with Aunt Rosa killing Beatrice? Well, until next time, see you guys next video. Bye.